What is everybody? Positive Philly, Michael, your host, and tonight we are going to be live reacting to the entire first round of the 2025 NHL Draft. The Flyers have three first-round picks tonight. My hometown team picking at 6, 22, and 31. There are the Flyers' first-round picks. As you can see, the full list of picks here tonight, pick by pick. We will be reacting live to it all night long. So make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And we're just enjoying the night here on Friday. It's a nice Friday night. Got some hockey draft, a hockey draft. It's nothing better than that. So I see a bunch of people coming in. 2025 NHL draft live all night long. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Share the stream out. So you're probably wondering who I want the Flyers to draft. And to be honest, there's a lot of valuable players out here in this year's draft. Best being Matthew Schrafer from Erie, defensive man, and he's 6'2", 186. So the Islanders have the first round pick tonight, the New York Islanders. And there's talks of them getting James Higgins, a guy that I want the Flyers to get at 6 if he's available. I don't think they're going to take him. I think they're going to take Matthew Schrafer. But could they trade up? Again, to get James Higgins, he is from Long Island. It is a possibility. It definitely is a possibility, I feel like. But I don't see them taking him. I see them taking the obvious number one prospect in this year's draft, that being Matthew Schrafer from Erie. Just an overall generational talent on the ice, on and off the ice. And then you have Michael Misa from Saginaw. He played in the OHL, and he's a center. 6'1", 182. Michael Misa, I feel like he'll bring great value to the Flyers. The Flyers do need the center. We don't know whether or not Trevor Zegras is going to play the wing or the center. He's obviously listed as a center, but he could play wing. So Michael Misa could bring good depth and be a good attribute to the Philadelphia Flyers team. Then you have James Higgins, the number one guy on my radar, the number one guy that I want the Flyers to do everything they can to get at 6. And he's from Boston College, obviously. Boston College alumni, Johnny Gaudreau. He went to Boston College. A lot of good hockey players come out of Boston College, and tonight James Higgins is going to hear his name called by an NHL team. Hopefully, it's the Philadelphia Flyers number 6, but only time will tell. Then you have Jacob Ryan from Brantford at center, 6'2", 177. He's another guy that I've kind of looked into and heard a little bit about that I wouldn't mind the Flyers adding to in tonight's draft. But yeah, Porter Matone, Caleb, Roger McQueen. So we'll have to see who, becomes available as the night goes on. But the guy I went at 6, James Higgins, definitely hope he's there when the Flyers' time comes to pick. Let me know in the chat who you guys want the Flyers to pick, who you want your favorite NHL team to pick. But it's all going to start at 7 o'clock on ESPN. And the Flyers have the 6th pick here. And like I said, James Higgins is the guy that I want. I wouldn't mind I wouldn't mind Misa or O'Brien, but I feel like if Higgins is there, you have no choice but to take him. I think, Danny Burry has to figure that. He has to realize that if Higgins is on the board, he's the best available prospect, and he's there um, because none of these teams wanted him. None of these teams felt that he was the guy for their franchise. But getting Trevor Zegras, having Michkov, James Higgins can fit well with them. And I think, if he's there at 6, you have no choice but to take him. One player I do hope the Flyers stay away from is that being Brady Martin. I don't see him fitting well with this team. And um, I don't want him in the orange and black. If we get him as a later pick, I won't be mad. Like if we get him with what do you call it? The third. I don't want to say. If we get him with 22, maybe. If he's still there at 22, I feel like you got to take him. But he's not somebody that I want to go out and get at 6. He's not a James Higgins or a Michael Misa type of player, and I think fans know that. So we have just 5 minutes until we are going to be reacting to the draft. Just 5 minutes until the draft kicks off officially. But I want to know who you guys think the Flyers will draft. Who do you think the Flyers will draft at 6? We're going to get the draft tracker up here. And, track the entire draft for you guys. The full tracker, pick by pick, best available prospects on the board, on and off the board. All right, so just to recap the entire first rounds, or just to go through the first round picks here in the last 3 minutes until the draft does get underway here. New York Islanders, number 1, pick 2, San Jose Sharks, Chicago Blackhawks, the newly Utah Mammoth, Nashville Predators, my Philadelphia Flyers, Boston Bruins, Seattle Kraken, Buffalo Sabres, Anaheim Ducks, Pittsburgh Penguins, back-to-back picks at 11 and 12. Pick 13, the Detroit Red Wings, Columbus Blue Jackets coming in at 14, Vancouver Canucks at 15, Montreal Canadiens with back-to-back picks, 16, 17. 18, Calgary Flames. 19, St. Louis Blues. At 20, the Columbus Blue Jackets are back on the clock. 21, Ottawa Senators. Number 22, the Philadelphia Flyers making their second pick of the night. Pick 23, Nashville Predators again. Los Angeles Kings at 24. The Chicago Blackhawks at 25 again. The Predators are back on the clock at 26. 27, you have the Washington Capitals. 29, Winnipeg Jets. 28, you have the Winnipeg Jets. 29, you have the Carolina Hurricanes. At 30, you have the San Jose Sharks, followed by the Philadelphia Flyers at 31. And then to close out the first round, you have the Calgary Flames. So that makes me ask the question, NHL teams without a first, without first round draft picks. '20, 25. So the teams without first round draft picks in 2025, will they be traded into the first round? The teams holding. So the NFL draft will be held on June 27th with the New York Islanders holding the first overall pick. 7 teams, including the Philadelphia Flyers, Montreal Canadiens, and Pittsburgh Penguins, have multiple first-round picks. Yeah, I knew that. I don't know what teams don't have first-round picks, but anyway. 1 second, we'll be back. All right, here we go. We are back. The 2025 NHL draft is about to be underway here. Matthew Schaefer, there he is, projected to get number 1 overall by the New York Islanders. Here is Dane Fagans out of Boston College. Hopefully the Flyers can get him. All right, so you have to think the Islanders are going with Schaefer here. Matthew Schaefer. All right, here we go. That's smart. That's what the NFL does. They're all at their team facilities, as they should be. They shouldn't be there together hearing each other's phone calls. But a lot of moves tonight. That chat. Fans are expecting a lot of moves. Fan already has a Schaefer jersey, buddy. What if he doesn't get drafted to your team? So the obvious pick It's Matthew Schaefer at number 1. But there's always the possibility that he doesn't go there. So that fan, but if he doesn't get drafted to the team, you're going to be pretty embarrassed when you're wearing that Matthew Schaefer jersey around U.S. Bank Stadium, or around not U.S. Bank Stadium, USBC Arena, something like that. Yeah. It's going to be embarrassing for him, not for me, for him. But sorry, we are just trying to get this shirt out here. Come watch the 2025 NHL draft with me, and my reaction to the Fire's 3 first-round picks. All right, so we're gonna get started here in a few minutes. They're showing Megan's best available prospect. So the females prospects, I like that. I like them giving a females prospects. Let's see Megan's best available, chat. Matthew Schaefer, obviously number 1. So you got to think the Flyers are going to trade one of these picks tonight as well. But I don't know that they will be. I don't know that they will be, but you got to imagine they will. There's always that opportunity that they could. The majority of our people, as always for the past several nights, have been watching on X. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you repost, retweet, share it with your friends, share it with Elon. Let Elon know we're live on this platform. So hold on to it. Florida Panthers back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. The official collection available now in NHL Shop. The Fanatics experience. Matthew Schaefer, we will hear his name first tonight. The Isles at a 3.5. So we think. Imagine we don't, chat. And now they have a man they hope will be the next great New York Islander as he signs his last contract before he officially becomes a member of the Islanders for the Islander. And he will join those men in Islander team mission. Gary Bettman, begin the proceedings, sir. So this is a Islanders first round picks in 2000, first overall picks in 2019. Here comes the commissioner. Hey, welcome to the 2025 Upper Deck NHL Draft. Tonight is the night on which Gary Bettman, NHL commissioner, talking to the fans. It's also the night on which the building blocks for Stanley Cup champions are put into place. So all of the fans, here's for that. Over the next 2 days on ESPN and the NHL Network in the United States, and on Sportsnet and TVI in Canada, the NHL thanks you for being the best in sports.
And thanks to the thousands of fans attending watch parties in our 32 markets, we love your passion for our teams, and I love the passion here today. Special thanks to the city of Los Angeles and the Los Angeles Kings. Fantastic host. We have a lot of work to do, so give me a couple more minutes. Much has been written and said about the changes in our draft format this year. Let me give you a little glimpse of what is about to transpire.
Okay.
Are the feeds of all 32 teams' draft rooms around North America.
Yup.
Feel like they are with us tonight. Actually, they are, albeit virtually. As important, close to 100 prospects whose names will be called tonight and tomorrow are here with us in this spectacular Peacock Theater. Actually, if you're a draft eligible player in attendance, I ask you to stand right now.
Over 100 players there for the next few days. The players are standing now to be congratulated. Some of the big stars include James Higgins, Michael Misa, and Matthew Strafer, the #1 overall pick here by the Islanders. Obviously, that's the assumption.
Congratulations on getting to this point. Enjoy the moment. And when your name is called, remember your parents, siblings, other family members, coaches, teachers, and teammates have supported you at every step along your hockey journey. Please be seated. In addition, we will make sure that moments after each player is selected tonight, he will be connected by the marvels of technology with his new team and fans. We'll do that by visiting what we call the NHL Draft House. So while we're on subject, we're going to take a visit of our own. With us is Matthew Dosh, General Manager of the New York Islanders and his colleagues. Matthew, this is your first draft as a general manager. How do you feel?
Well, I don't think they've got any better. I winning the lottery, so we're going to thank Ken Moore for that, who was there.
They're wasting too much time.
And our UBS Arena here is packed with fans at our watch party, so we're excited.
What up, Danny Barry? Happy Friday, you, my man. Hope you're enjoying the draft. I'm not sure your teams, bro, but I always appreciate you being here. You're such a positive guy. Daniel Barry.
So, here we go. First selection in the 2025 Upper Deck NHL Draft belongs to the New York Islanders. You can hear some Rangers fans at the draft. And the clock ticks for the Isles to make their selection. It will be the young defenseman Matthew Schaefer. Maybe Jacob.
Matthew Schaefer is a slam dunk as a #1 defenseman. Skating, world class.
So Matthew Schaefer is going to be the pick here for the Islanders. That's what it's supposed to be. He has skating ability, playmaking. He makes a poise with the puck. He's winning puck battles, and he's a Myro Hickerson comparison for sure. That's what they're comparing him to. Who they're comparing. There he is, Matthew Schaefer.
Watch the vision. His ability to control time and space and make plays offensively and defensively. And then I love this one. He gets on his horse back and looks like he's galloping at the belt line.
He's a special player. He was cleared medically on May 1st.
What up, Jaden? How you doing? Appreciate you being here. Hope you're doing well. We're just reacting to the NHL draft live on ESPN. NHL draft. Did I say NHL? NHL draft live on ESPN. The Flyers have 3 first-round picks in my chat. That being 6, 13. What is it? Let's take a look. Here we go. We have 6, 22, and 31. 6, 22, and 31 are the Flyers picks tonight. Obviously, we are live here looking at the draft track. Matthew Schaefer. Is it Matthew Schaefer? Or is it somebody else?
In the 2025 NHL draft, the New York Islanders are proud to select from the Erie Otters, Matthew Schaefer.
Yep, it is Matthew Schaefer from Erie. So with the first pick in the 2025 NHL draft, the New York Islanders select Matthew Schaefer out of Erie.
Jennifer died of breast cancer at the age of 56, 16 months ago in February of 2024 after a 2-year battle.
So his mom is no longer with us. She died of breast cancer.
But you can see the tears as they miss their mother on
So his mother is watching down on him, proud of this moment. So proud of her son being the number 1 pick here in the 2025 NHL draft. Is that a good pick? It is. It is the number 1 overall pick, Matthew Schaefer. He was the number 1 overall pick in the AHL draft. He's a 2024 Heikla Gretzky Cup gold medalist. He lost his mother, Jennifer, in 2004 to cancer. So, she's looking down. Yeah, I knew he was going number 1. If you're watching, come on the show. Jaden, Flyers have the 6th pick, so come back for my reaction to the Flyers pick. I want James Higgins. Michael Misa could also be there. Are you watching, Jaden, or no?
This organization needed some juice, and they get juice with Matthew Schaefer. He likes to sing, he likes to dance, he's an extrovert. We've talked about his voice and how unflappable he is. High IQ, high skill. He's got it all. What a great moment for the Islanders to get this franchise rebooted.
Yeah, something you have to grow up quick, quite frankly.
There he is, Matthew Schaefer, now a New York Islander. Okay, I didn't think it would. Putting on the jersey, making it official. Well, it's not technically official because it's on the contract, but.
What a moment. He tipped the ribbon on his sweater, he's lost it. Let's go to the NHL draft house to listen in Matthew St. Ives, now lost. He's trying to compose himself.
Let's listen in to number 1 overall pick, Matthew Schaefer. Jane, are you still here?
It's a great day in the Island organization.
Jaden, are you still here? Yeah. Okay, I need you to go on over to X and see if you're able to comment on Twitter. If not, text me that you're not able to. We'll come back. But can you do that? If you can, comment, get the people hyped up and going.
For sure. I miss her a lot.
I don't think you can. Because I think YouTube and Facebook allows comments, so we can test that out with you. Try and comment on both.
How quickly in the process did you realize this talent and this player was the one for the Islanders?
Listen, there's a lot of good players here tonight, but the hockey player is outstanding. The human being is outstanding. So we're so excited to have him here. We can't wait to see him tomorrow.
For this moment, enjoy it. New York Islanders #1 overall pick Matthew Schaefer.
So there you have it, folks. He spoke with his team. Schaefer, Ariana Schaefer, #1 overall. Connor McDavid in 2015. Look at him. He's already in the Stanley Cup Finals. Chat, if you are new to streaming and looking to level up, check out StreamYard and get 10% discount by clicking that link down below. Click that link down below if you are new to streaming and looking to level up your content. Check out StreamYard and get a 10% discount. It's not showing that you're live on Twitter. Which account did you look up, Jaden? Because we're live on the M. Gibbons account. Positive Philly. No, Positive Philly 1 on Twitter, chat. That's my Twitter, but we are live on M. Gibbons 52. Hello? All right, so you guys are able to comment on X. So get the chat going, get the chat moving. Here you see Jaden is watching on X, and she's able to say hello. Jaden, get the chat moving. Tell them to comment their favorite NHL team or something, and tell them, get the chat moving for me, Jaden, over here on X. So I think it's Facebook that can't post comments. I'm not sure though. But it says some post comments to destinations. Some post comments to some destinations. Can't post comments to some destinations. So I'm assuming that's Facebook. Yeah, here we go, chat. Comment your favorite NHL team and tell us what draft pick you want. Or what draft prospect you want. That's how you should put it. Comment your favorite NHL team and tell us what draft prospects you want. Who do you want your favorite team to select tonight, chat? Comment your favorite NHL team and tell us what prospect you want your team to draft.
First overall selection in the NHL draft. You're here with your dad, Todd, your brother, Johnny, to celebrate it, and your mom, Jennifer. How do you feel her presence in this moment?
Special moment for you, man. I know. And obviously, Chad, if you didn't hear, his mother, unfortunately, no longer with us. She passed away from cancer. But she's obviously probably looking down and proud of him for this moment.
Your whole life, and like I said, I wish my mom could be here, but I know she's with my dad in spirit. So we're super excited and we can't wait.
As you should be. And Todd, it's not lost on you to be here with Matthew.
Well, he has a cancer sign on his jersey. How sweet.
But as his father, what impresses you the most?
You know what? Matthew is a very even-keeled person. He doesn't get too high. He doesn't get too low.
Jaden, check Facebook. I think that's the one that I can't actually comment on. It must be.
Just this whole process has been amazing. It's been overwhelming. He's met a lot of great people and just a lot of very good people that are in his corner. So, it's kind of, like I said, you're going to be successful if you surround yourself with so many good people that have helped him on his journey.
My part of Celtic is really brother Johnny, almost a decade older than you, had a great career in the OHL himself. So, Johnny, how did you toughen this kid up to be the first overall selection? You got to take some credit for this, right?
Yeah, I don't know what I maybe toughened him up, but I didn't teach him how to score. That didn't come from me. That wasn't my game. But no, we even though we're 10 years apart, we had such a great relationship growing up. I kind of played that intermediary / father figure and then brother at the same time with that age gap. We can be outside on rollerblades.
You can comment on here. Then why does it say that? Yeah, I see. Okay, I don't understand why it says that. Jaden, just put in the comments on any platform. Comment say.
And
You don't have to do anything. Okay, so people don't watch. People don't comment. Chat.
the Matthew Schaefer to go with those amazing young four, but they're going to get a great player here. Who should they take, Megan Jacob, at number 2?
Michael Lisa, off the charts offensively and not just
So Michael Misa. They're saying the Sharks should take Michael Misa at number 2. There he is. Will it be Michael Misa or will it be James Higgins, Jacob Bryan? You don't know. Brady Martin is still out there. Obviously, a lot of guys obviously still out there, considering the fact that just one pick went off the board.
no holes in his game anywhere. I have to tell you, there's a lot of question marks about if it is that maybe that. You do think it will be, but the word about Los Angeles the last 2 days is maybe they go Anton Brand.
Wow. Will they go Misa chat? I don't know.
About what their offseason looks like. Like when they bought out Classic, Team Draft maybe won. They have so much cap space. What are they doing? So I'm curious what free agency on Monday. What my career has mind, but I will say he is a very impressive prospect.
I don't think they. I think they go Misa. Yep.
Could be the most impactful offensive player in this draft in terms of his ability to generate offense in different ways. And speaking on down in Florida during Stanley Cup final, I was blown away by him as well. He has that kind of it factor. He does. And I've spoken to different players here in this draft, and many of them said Nice is the man. And I'm quoting a lot of those players.
Bit of an alpha.
A bit of an alpha. And he told me he kind of just game after the great Kirill Kaprizov in Minnesota and the great Nikita Kucherov down in Tampa. That is impressive stuff.
And that's playmaker and finish.
All right. So, for those of you who just tuning in, we have only had one pick announced here in the 2025 NHL draft. That was the New York Islanders pick. They selected Matthew Schaefer out of Erie. And now the Sharks are on the clock. The pick is in. The question is, who is it? Is it Michael Misa?
The one other thing I'd say on Misa, though, I just told that executive, probably the smartest player in this draft. They're free ball way.
Wow, Misa, the smartest player in the draft according to Megan. I don't know which one Megan is. Here's Gary with the call. Mr. Commissioner coming back to the podium for the San Jose Sharks selection. Let's listen in.
It's time for the second pick in the NHL entry draft. Making the selection for the San Jose Sharks is someone born and raised in San Jose. She's a WWE superstar and two-time
Bailey.
SmackDown champion. I give you Bailey.
Oh, they're playing our theme song too. This is cool, chat. WWE superstar Bailey here to announce the San Jose Sharks pick.
Hello, Los Angeles hockey fans. It is a huge honor to be here tonight and a huge honor to represent my San Jose Sharks. Now watch them booze, all right? So without further ado, with the second overall selection in
Michael Misa.
NHL draft, the San Jose Sharks are proud to select from the Saginaw Spirit, Michael Misa.
So it is indeed Michael Misa, center from Saginaw.
Several teams are trying to trade up to get him, but it's been playing San Jose.
Misa has just off the chart offense. He can't really pass on that balance player. Even if he wanted a little bit bigger of a tougher, it was just too good of a pick. And he makes impact in all three zones. I'm going into the season thinking Misa is mainly the playmaking in the division, but he scored 62 goals in the league. So he's just everything.
21 timers, so he has that weapon on the power play. So Brady, but also get
Yeah, I told the ability to be a first line center, a top three forward, but all was said and done. And he got the experience of being in the draft last year. His brother Duke was a 5th round pick by the Flames.
So his brother Luke is playing in the NHL. He was a 5th round pick by the Flames in 2024.
But then we see them today, and there's nerves that hit that fight. Like, Buster here, feel it, but there's no nerves in this kid when he's on the ice, right? We see.
You're exactly right. He is very, very
speaking to him. This is down in the Thousand Atling Arena during Stanley Cup final. We were having a conversation about the style of game, what he reminds himself after, what he works on, where he needs to get better. To have the wherewithal and the level of composure to be engaged in that conversation while you're at the cup final. This guy won't be on by the stage. He's going to be a high octane player in San Jose.
Well, you're having high level conversations in the balance of Denver at that kind of
You
He wins Stanley Cup with top 5 picks. Third straight top 5 pick for San Jose. I think they're the team.
you're doing Night of Champions picks, right? Will they be posted after SmackDown?
They take all kinds of bad contracts for a year or two and accumulate more draft picks to package move on. Maybe get more top 5 picks.
they short pen. You know what's coming, right? It was on the cloud of the Mathis Evergreen.
So there's the commissioner, WWE superstar Bailey, and of course, Michael Miso, the newest member of the San Jose Sharks. He's a 2023 Hinka Gretzky Cup gold medalist. His brother Luke was a 5th round pick by the Flames in 2024. Look at Misa.
Let's go to the draft house.
What's up?
How's it going, Mike?
Good. Well, congrats, man.
Thank you very
Super
much.
happy to have you. Well, yeah, welcome. You know, we went through this
Hey man, how's it going?
season, and we're really thrilled to add you to our group here with Mac and Will and Eki and the rest of the guys. So really excited. Our group behind you here. You can see the guys, the scouts, and everyone. There's so much passion in the room for you. So really happy, really excited, and maybe we'll get another Sunday in you.
Yeah.
Once you get out here.
No, for sure. I appreciate you guys believing in me, trusting me, and I'm grateful to join your organization. So thank you.
And Mike, you just said that you already have these young, talented players. Mac been celebrating Will Smith. Why is he the next piece to that young core you guys are building in San Jose?
Yeah, I mean, it's just his 200-foot game, the speed he plays with, the passion he plays with, the compete. We just thought it was a perfect fit with what we already have here. Another guy to step in and be a matchup nightmare.
You better pop it on here before SmackDown. Yeah, it's actually pre-taped.
This play, so we're really excited about it.
Congratulations. To you enjoy this moment.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
So I kind of already know some stuff that happened, but I'm gonna watch it.
30th overall. That's from Dallas. That's the Grandin trade. First time OHL goes 1-2 since the last time we were here in 2010. Paul Sagan. So now Terry and always Sagan and Paul Sagan and Canadian Junior. Good wait for the OHL.
I mean, Spicer, I have 20 more players in the CHL that tie their all-time record in CHL draft picks. And yes, times are changing. We may never see that again.
Right.
But tonight it's going to be a lot of Canadians.
Yeah, because when it's started, correct. You able to do the show tomorrow? I might. I don't. I gotta see, honestly. I gotta see how I'm feeling in the morning. If I'm really like up for streaming it, like
Absolutely. And just 1 for 2 pick.
I might just watch it with my dad and not even worry about it.
With somebody that scored from the 60 goals. It was Andrew Burnett when we're in Owen Sound. And it felt like he was scoring every game. The now current coach of the Nashville Predators. That's what it felt like. It almost equated to a goal a game. It seemed like he was always turning off the red light and had that uncanny ability to do so.
If not tomorrow, I'll do
Plays at that pace. He's won. He's an all-around.
all the streams in that weekend, the weekend in July, and probably SummerSlam night too. So,
He wasn't scoring all the time on my point of view. Sorry, but he was scoring a lot.
and that's how it's.
It's really curious where these young men will play next year.
Yeah, I might watch it live. I might do something with friends. Hey, you got some local friends that watch wrestling? That's nice.
We have not only Michael, but his brother Luke as well. It's back-to-back years of the Misa getting drafted into the NHL. But this time, Michael, it's your
It has to be pretty cool for the families. Back-to-back years of your sons getting drafted into the NHL. Pretty cool for their parents, I imagine. It's a nice night out here in Philadelphia, so I'm just sitting outside my porch. Reacting to the 2025 NHL Draft on ABC. Obviously, this top name still on the board. James Higgins is still out there for the Philadelphia Flyers at number 6.
I'm just so proud of him. We've worked so hard to get to this moment.
Yeah, I'm just so excited for him. So happy for him.
So what happens though if we go seeing the show at the same time? I mean, the sibling rivalry going to come out?
Of course, it's been there since we're kids. So friendly rivalry.
Who's he play for again?
It's always there.
Oh, Michael, thank you so much for being with us. Congratulations. Well done. All right, thanks for
No, we do something else. Oh no. You gotta watch it. What you mean? You might see Jurassic World. You can do it anytime. You gotta watch. You gotta watch. Night of Champions. Ted, there ain't no Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park. So.
Anton Frondell for Chicago. They have the next pick. Here's the commissioner. The pick.
So this leaves a lot of questions on who this is gonna be. I'm nervous. Yeah, you could.
Announcing the selection for the Chicago Blackhawks is one of the most iconic players in franchise history, as well as a recent inductee into the Hockey Hall of Fame, Jeremy Roenick.
My God, I'm nervous, chat. It could be James Higgins.
What's up, LA? Hello to all my Chicago Blackhawk fans, and a special shout out here. Go Hawks! And a special shout out to all of you watching with us back at the official Blackhawks draft party in Chicago. Want to give a thanks to the LA Kings and the city of LA for hosting this incredible event. Also, like to give a great shout out to all the firefighters and first responders who've done such heroic work here in LA. You guys are truly all the heroes.
I don't trust them.
As we enter 100 years of Blackhawks hockey and celebrate the franchise's centennial upcoming season, I am honored to be here representing the
Yeah, you could, Ted. I know.
Blackhawks alumni.
Oh my God, I don't trust them, chat. I feel like they're gonna take Higgins.
Legacy and heritage. With the third pick of the 2025 NHL draft, the Chicago Blackhawks select from Djurgården, Anton Frondell.
I thought they were gonna take Higgins, chat.
An absolute minute. 14 minutes on the PO2 max flight test. This is the kind of guy they needed.
All right.
When you look at size and direct style play, he makes tackles under pressure, and he actually has the highest scoring.
I thought they were gonna take.
Any forwards in this draft over 81.
All right, we'll be right back after this break. All right, so Anton Frondell.
Well, we talk about getting on the inside, especially from playoff time, and that's what this guy does. He gets the inside of the ice, reads plays, any shot, and this seems like the right pick at the right time for Chicago.
Definitely that physical nature is what does that. I mean, I saw that in U18, went through the scouting report. I had a few steps saying it wasn't a great tournament for him, but when I saw him on the ice, it was obvious, right? The strength, the speed, he gets to the right place at the right time and gets the puck from people. No, I don't think he's going to be a 100-point kind of guy in the NHL. That's what they're hoping. Connor Bedard, maybe not Greg Bizarre after the offseason he's had, but when you show the Chicago can be. but he's got a really heavy shot, and it's a two-way game. That's been exciting about Colin. Very driven player, and I think Chicago, city that I live in, is really going to like him.
And he headed to the NHL draft house.
Number 3 overall pick.
Anton, Kyle Davidson here. Welcome to Chicago. We've got a really excited room, and we couldn't be more excited. Join us, really exciting group of young players and prospects that we're building.
Thank you guys. Thank you for believing in me. I'm shocked. I'm excited. Thank you.
What was the big differentiator for you guys to go ahead and make Anton the selection here?
Well, I think he's just, first of all, he's an incredible player. It was great to get to know him throughout the year and the combine, and he's a great person, but he's an excellent complement to what we've got here in Chicago, and I think he's going to really help us in building those next great Blackhawks teams.
What is that like to hear?
Fine, cool.
Anton Frundell from Sweden is headed to Chicago, Illinois, here in the United States, to play for the Chicago Blackhawks. Connor Bedard will be joined. He will be joined by Connor Bedard, who has been another superstar overall first-round pick. Notable third-round picks: Jonathan Towns, Bernie Sudord, and somebody else. But obviously, the Blackhawks just drafted him tonight, and then they also drafted Connor Bedard just a few years ago, first overall. So those two young talents joined. Those two young talents combined together, I imagine, are going to be a generational talent for the Chicago Blackhawks for years to come. And I'm excited to see what they can do. Obviously, the Blackhawks not one of my favorite NHL teams as a Flyers fan, considering the fact that they beat the Flyers in 2010 in the Stanley Cup Finals, or in the Stanley Cup Playoffs, Stanley Cup Finals. Not exactly sure. Wasn't really into hockey back then as I am now, but obviously Connor Bedard and tonight's pick, Anton Frundell, are going to bring great talent to the city of Chicago for hockey. No doubt about it. So up on the clock now is the newest NHL team, the U-Haul chat, Utah Mammoth.
I'm so proud of him. I'm so glad and happy.
Yeah, I'm also so proud. It's been a little bit crazy, everything. So we're so happy for Anton.
Happy for all of you. Congratulations, Anton.
Thank you very much.
So it's a good-looking logo, and there are the Blackhawks. They got a real good player there, number 3 overall. Slid down a slot, but again, I think that's a guy you might have taken if they had the second pick.
Yeah, they've been patient with these prospects.
All right, so 100 seasons for the Chicago Blackhawks, 1926 to 2026. Celebrating their 100th NHL season. Congratulations to them. All right, so now the Philadelphia Flyers are up in 2 picks, and James Higgins, who I want them to take, is the number 1 prospect on the board. It asked the question, will the newest NHL team select them here with the 4th overall pick? Their pick is in for the Utah Mammoth. I would hope it's not James Higgins, but we have 21 seconds to find out who will be joining the newest NHL franchise.
Remember last year how many bets they signed and it didn't work out? We're not going to see that this year.
Blackhawks pick again, 25th overall.
Yeah, we will see the Blackhawks again later on the night, the 25th overall pick. And here's the commissioner to announce the pick for the newest NHL franchise, the Utah Mammoth.
There's a bit of a pun in this, so bear with me. Staying on course. The next pick is for the Utah Mammoth. Joining us from Utah is one of the PGA Tour's longest hitters and most decorated athletes, Salt Lake City native, looking at it.
Tony T out here, coming to you from Salt Lake City, Utah. Super stoked to be here to make this pick on behalf of Utah.
Please don't beat James Higgins. Please don't beat James Higgins.
Having an NHL team in Utah has been absolutely incredible. Our inaugural season, so looking forward to seeing the team grow with this incredible player. I gotta be honest with you guys, when we changed the name to Mammoth, I'm like thinking to myself, what kind of noise does a mammoth make? Well, I don't know what type of noise a mammoth makes, but I know what type of noise we make right here in Utah. Can I get a one more time for those in the back? With the 4th overall selection in the 2025 NHL Draft, the Utah Mammoth are proud to select from the Monsoon Wildcats.
Caleb Desnoisers. Let's go. James Higgins is still on the board unless Nashville Predators screw us here. James Higgins can become a fucking flyer, baby. Let's go. Oh my God.
He's one of those players that's like a Brian O'Reilly type. You can put him in any situation, he comes up strong.
This Brother Elliott was also drafted in the 2025 Flyers, as you see it. Where do you end up there in the game? What comes to mind is where? One at every level.
You got to change the culture in Buffalo because Milan Lucic ruined that franchise.
No, you don't realize. You don't hear the fart I just ripped.
Oh, that's hot.
I might have a.
Love that.
All right, well, I didn't rip the seat.
If sex offenders mess this up for us, I'm a crack. Does he mean the Blackhawks?
Predators.
The Blackhawks. Oh. I was like, wait a minute. The Blackhawks already picked. I was going to say, Carter Hart making the draft selection?
Yeah, I've already down one of these.
Ooh, apple? Love a good
I got
apple.
2 more in the fridge.
Yeah, that's good. I think I'm going to crack a beer and join you just because of the festivities.
I think I'll get one more.
You can at least point the fucking camera at the TV, huh, chat? God, man.
What?
Chat, 1 second.
I said you can at least point the camera at the TV if you're going to leave the room.
2 seconds.
I thought it was farther, okay? Fuck me, man. Wait, so how much time before pick 5? Like, is it on a timer? Is it like a 5-minute countdown?
I
Or
think it's got to start once he walks away.
All right, chat. Caleb just Desnoyers joins.
So, you want to
Look
know
back
who
now.
I think is going to be the steal of this draft, and you can fucking mark this shit right now for all of eternity? Victor Williams' brother. He is going to be so fucking gross. I would actually be.
Jonathan Tevez. Who's Jonathan Tevez? First pair of skates were figure skates. Jonathan Tevez.
We jumped in the floor. We can't tell you how impressed we were watching you down the stretch, driving your team to the championship. And your family, and we're so excited. It's an incredible opportunity for us to pick it for, and even a more incredible opportunity.
Only 18 years old, 6'2", 178 pounds, from Saint Hagen, Quebec.
You said that having this number 4 overall pick would be a game changer for your organization. How do you anticipate him changing the game for you guys?
Well, we do believe he's a game changer. It's he can do everything. He's a two-way center that can provide offense, and he can play defense. And he just watching him down the stretch, he put his team on his back as a 17-year-old.
This guy looks like he could be better than Jonathan Tevez. John Higgins, James Higgins. All right, so Nashville on the clock here. Let's take a look at who they could possibly take. I'd say their best available is Predators could take Jake O'Brien is still out there at number 4, ranked number 4. Roger McQueen is out there. James Higgins is obviously out there, but he's who I want the Flyers to pick. He's who I want the Flyers to pick. So I don't want them to take James Higgins. I don't at all. I'll be pissed off if the Predators, out of all teams, Nashville, a town, a city that I like, a city that's on my bucket list to go to, screws Philadelphia and takes the player I want, the player that Philadelphia wants. Come on, James Higgins, baby. Don't take him. They're on the clock. I mean, nothing's happened yet. I'm thinking the Flyers know that they're going to take them. So they're trying to work out a trade. Offer them 22, offer them 31, something to lock in James Higgins from Boston College here at number 5.
Not everybody wants to play like the great Patrice Bergeron, like the great Jonathan Toews, and some of those high-end, like in here, Andre Kopitar here in LA. Across the stuff. Leah Exel with the player.
Butchie, I'm here with Caleb. And Caleb, first of all, congratulations on going to the Utah Magic. This is the first time.
Chat will be right back
What do you think about it?
for the Flyers. Or the Predators. The Predators. Brady Martin at 5. I won't drink him back. Wow, chat. Brady Martin at 5. I'm surprised.
could take care of the guys. None of them are going to go. So he's stuck in Martin's BC, and I know you love this player's story.
I love the story. Speaking of his agent,
You may have like 30 something going. How much money says you picked Porter Martin?
I wouldn't be mad with it.
congrats to him.
But $1 billion years and $1 billion.
I'd rather have a.
Over again, and a
Oh, it's a puppy. Who else just called a puppy?
No, brother, I don't got the fucking. I don't have the draft.
All right, so let's recap.
ESPN?
No.
ESPN Plus?
No.
Bitch.
Brother, I don't have any TV whatsoever. I be illegally streaming everything.
I'm surprised you're not illegally streaming there.
Matthew Straight for Michael Misa, Anton Frondell, Caleb Desnoyers, and Brady Martin are your top 5 first-round picks here in the 2025 NHL Draft.
Whenever the
I'm gonna add that after 7.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I just wanted to know who my guys were taking. I feel like the Bruins are taking Jake O'Brien. If they take a fucking right wing, I'm gonna be pissed off. If they take fucking Porter, I'm gonna be pissed. We don't need right-handed shots. We have Pasternak, who's a right-handed shot. Geeky, who's a right-handed shot. McAvoy is a right-handed shot. Like, there's too many right-handed shots. It won't fucking work.
Yo, should I neck this?
You said you all.
Ready?
You're right. Credit for a full day of service. If there isn't, that's it.
I didn't even finish.
Oh, that's nice. What we discover, I get accepted physically from here. Jet ski.
Excuse me, John. All right. The Flyers are up here. First round pick, number 1 for the Philadelphia Flyers. James Higgins is still on the clock after 5 picks. Brady Martin went before James Higgins. Brady Martin went before James Higgins. Chat, let that sink in. That's like Mitchell Trubisky going before Patrick Mahomes. Did he? I don't even remember shit, but like.
It's just that little bit side. You cannot lose that spark.
Not posting my story, you read my story, like, I hate that.
Call Jaden. I'm not eating Mars. Call Jaden. Chat, we're calling my mod right now. Chat, we are calling my mod. We're on the phone with the mod right now, chat.
Flyers up next, Bruins on deck.
Here we go, Flyer selection.
So making this selection for the Flyers, a legend in Philly, probably next to Rocky, their most famous athlete, an NBA analyst, a great friend to the NHL, and a great coming to us from Chicago,
Charles Barkley. James Higgins, please. James Higgins.
Hey, kid, how you doing? Man, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Thanks for having me tonight. Great to have you with us. So tell everybody what you love about our game. Well, there's no BS that goes on in hockey. They don't have load management. They just want to get their name on the Stanley Cup. I admire these guys. I respect them. They just want to win.
All right, here we go. Live reaction of the Flyers' 6th overall pick here in the 2025 NHL Draft.
That's all you can do. That's why I love the hockey. Their mindset. We love that you're a fan of the game. We have some business to do. Why don't you make the pick?
Well, Gary, number one, I want to thank you for being a friend. You've been a friend a long time. And I want to say, welcome back to Philadelphia, Kentucky.
All right, here we go. Flyers 6-pick 2025 NHL draft. Okay. Okay, it's not James Higgins, but it's not bad. It's not bad. But it's but it's not James Higgins. All right. Border Martone. Not bad. But it's not James Higgins. And I don't think there's no way we get him at 22. I don't hate it, but I don't like it. I got to learn more about him. 18 for Montero. I don't hate it, but I don't like it. I got to learn more about him. There you go.
Brady Martin.
Four times out of 10. I think it was 10-1 for Brampton. You know, you mentioned Corey Perry, the Oscar Ranch and Megan. He compared himself to that Stanley Cup Offensive. I'm a Corey Perry. I'm an Adam Kachuk type player. If you're Philadelphia, Bronx big bullies, you're gonna love this guy. He's got a wicked shot.
That thing's sick looking. I got like 4 more than why we took a winger when we kind of need them.
No, you got legend Sean Couturier.
Hey, Cooch was good on the dot. And
For $7 million?
I don't hate it, chat.
Anywhere else
For $7 million?
Anywhere else on the ice, dead.
Dude, that means James Hagen's gonna be a Boston Bruin, right? Like, he went to BU or BC, right?
Yeah, James Higgins is going to fucking.
And they need a center. Like, I'm like 95% sure they're.
Chat, you know what this means? The Bruins are. We're fucked. The Bruins are taking. Chat, the Bruins are taking fucking Higgins.
He said, I thought you guys a hard-working team. It seems we're just killing the lineup. So here to get players like that in return.
Headquarters, welcome to the Flyers. We're excited.
Yeah, thank you very much. I've heard nothing but great things about the Flyers organization. I can't wait to be a Flyer.
I think you might have some pictures from your unit, some Flyers here, so we can't wait to see that.
Yeah, I got a Tall Drew poster in my basement, and all the Flyers backing it up on somewhere in my basement as well. Man, that Flyers jersey, so I'm pretty excited.
That's awesome.
When you guys think about the identity you're trying to create out there in Philadelphia, how does he fit that role for the organization?
Well, the combination of size, skill, playmaking abilities, vision, sense, very hard to find. So we're excited that he fell to us at number 6.
James Higgins is there too at number 6. Like, come on.
So Martone is a Flyer.
Martone's a Flyer and Higgins is about to be a Bruin. Tell me how that makes sense. Perhaps you're overhyping this guy. I'm not overhyping. Who? Higgins? I mean, maybe, but he's ranked number 1 on their list, too. So I don't think it's just me, Ted. Not, I don't think it's just me. I think people are actually thinking this dude is worth something.
It's no secret that they want to combine some of that jam with skill. And skill with jam. And they certainly done that in this case.
Absolutely. And I think that they did that with press receivers, not the jam necessarily, but definitely with a skill. I mean, if that works out, and he pops off like we expected him to do.
Boy, do the chances of work cut out for them tonight. They defend against the mysterious,
That happened,
dangerous, eerie, quiet 6 on SmackDown. She's a current United States champion, Zelina Vega.
I'm not overhyping him. He was talked about being as one of the top prospects in the draft. And here he is outside of the top 5. And the Flyers didn't pick him. Am I overhyping him? Maybe. But he's still on the board. And not to mention the fact that the Flyers passed up on them, and our rivals, my most hated, probably my second most hated NHL team, had the chance to select the guy that I wanted. Um, I don't know. Here he is, chat, talking with his family, Porter.
It's truly just like from it's like it's just who they are. I can't even explain it. I can't put it into words.
Best shape in the world, and so happy that he's a Flyer.
He's so flat. Lucky that. All right, thank you very much, Corey. Congratulations. Thank you.
Definitely. Great stuff, man. Family from Peterborough. Peterborough is a great hockey town.
All right, so a minute, or actually 10 seconds here. 12, 11, yeah, 10 seconds here until the Bruins screw the Flyers and take Trevor Zegras. Not Trevor. What the fuck am I saying? Trevor Zegras, James Higgins. No, technically not screwing the Flyers because the Flyers didn't want him. Flyers didn't want this dude. So if the Flyers didn't want him, I don't care who he's good. I just told him to go to Bruins.
Making the selection for the Boston Bruins, we have a special guest, an award-winning comedian, actor, golfer, and lifelong Bruins fan.
Adam Sandler, bro, really?
James Hankins, elite playmaker, makes his life better. Boston College, the left been back there for year two this year. He's fought for the Bruins at second.
It's hard. I mean, Hackman doesn't have to go far. Go from college to the next level. I'm not playmaking elite vision. Just 2 minutes after this morning in my box, and even if you want to throw someone with a bit more height, he is a half-first player, so a bit of an underwhelming year for his block is falling to the block. It's really for my finger delayed for them because the score from former attacks and leaves the slot at record 15 per game. They were movie is in fact Happy Gilmore.
What?
You know, what's that? What's the correction is like a clear challenge with only 2 time. I think he had 4.
I had to walk away. Yeah, I saw people saying after that pick how he should have been number 1. I don't know about that, but I just think the Flyers should have taken him. Ted, you need to get a profile picture.
At BC, he knows what it takes about the talent. He knows what it takes to help these young players really just cultivate their skill set as players are about depth. And with James,
Um,
my biggest thing for him when I watch him play is his head
I mean,
is always up. I've never seen a player whose head is just up right. He's not even looking down at the puck. Yeah. His puck handling is only second nature.
our division, one of our division rivals probably got the best player. One of our biggest division rivals possibly got one of the top 10 players in the draft. Top 5, maybe. Maybe he was passed out by a few teams, but The fact that the Flyers didn't get him and he was there.
But he's got big, strong hands. He's heading to the NHL draft house as the Bruins get their guy at 7, Cam Neely and Don Sweeney.
Happy Gilmore welcomes your player to the organization, but why don't you guys say hello to James Higgins?
Thank you for taking me.
I don't watch this shit. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even watch it. That just pissed me off.
How excited are you to be a part of this?
You had to know though that if the Flyers didn't take him, the Bruins were going to.
What is this organization and this fan base getting in you?
Just started some of that, but it's soul and body and mind. I love the win, and I'm really glad that I'm lost.
Well, they might not be able to hear you right now. Why don't you give them a wave and thank you one more time?
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Congratulations.
37 points in 37 games at BC. He'll make his way over to Leo. And you can see he was happy to be selected. He's sitting down right now with our Leo Expo just outside the NHL draft house. Thank you.
All right, Gucci, I'm here with James and his dad, Mike, on what is such a big day. And James, you just said that you're going from Boston College to the Boston Bruins. You don't even have to change the zip codes.
That is kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. He's playing for his hometown team again.
Just being at a team I want you the most.
The Flyers wanted you, but they didn't choose to take you.
It's so special to be able to have Adam Sandler make that pick. It's something I'll remember for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I know.
The star of your favorite movie. You know, what's your favorite movie?
It's Adam Sandler, so it's Adam Gilmore. So the fact that he's starring in it, he's making the pick. It's crazy.
So, Mike, for yourself as a hockey dad, a hockey parent, you've watched your son go through the U.S. National Team Development Program, then to BC. He's gone through that pipeline. How do you view that journey for him?
Tremendous. It's we're very fortunate to be able to play for Team USA and now to come back to the Boston Bruins and play hockey. And
So I don't know. I have a feeling you all feel the same way I do. If you and Jay Uso are in the running for Mexico.
It's such a delight to just get to know you over the last little while. Congratulations.
thank you so much.
All right, Gucci.
One World Junior Gold for USA from the UAG World Championship in 2023. First time the Bruins have taken a player from either BC or BU since Charlie McAvoy back in 2016. All first rounders there, two on the left, made their debuts this season. Yes, Luke Leonard with the Capitals, and of course Gabe Perreault, Adam Perreault's son with the Rangers. But the Ravens,
I think the Flyers shot the ball. Yeah, they did, Ted. You're not wrong. They simply did. This Porter dude, I mean, I don't know anything about the kid. I gotta watch up on him, but the fact that Higgins was there and we didn't get him, it hurts. I posted a video today about him.
And Boston hasn't had a lot of first round high picks, so this is a bit of a reach for them. Because I think to rebuild, they need that high end.
I don't.
I'm just going to go off script here for a little bit.
Let's go.
Something that my spidey senses and what I'm getting on my phone. There's some intrigue around Colorado Avalanche and what they could be up to right now. Very curious to see what happens there. As you were though.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Will they trade up? We'll be right back, Chad. Hang on.
Oh shit.
All right, never mind. Seattle Kraken on the clock. Pick us in here for the Kraken.
Next up, Seattle. It's a big week for our next selector. His movie F1 is in theaters everywhere. I'm hoping at some point I can persuade him to make a hockey movie. But for now, please welcome Jerry Bruckheimer to make the next selection.
Chat, we're gonna have a microphone here in a minute for y'all. He looks old.
Hello, LA. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a thrill to be a part of this fantastic draft. So, our selection is from the Brantford Bulldogs, Jake O'Brien.
Wow. All right, so Jake O'Brien headed to Seattle. We'll be right back to talk about that pick. All right, chat, we're back. Seattle Kraken selects O'Brien, Jack O'Brien.
Just standing up. The general manager, Ron Francis, moves up in the organization. And so it's the Kraken at 8 on deck now. The Buffalo Sabres, who've already had an exciting offseason. But first, let's welcome in the number 1 pick of this year's draft. Matthew, I tell you, when you kiss that ribbon, something you just emptied. It seemed like you've been you're composed to the things we talked about on flat reading, but it seemed like when you kiss that ribbon, that was just empty for you. What was that moment like, and why that reaction?
Yeah, it means a lot. Obviously, going first overall is a big thing, and seeing the ribbon on my jersey,
That surprised you? That surprised when you saw that?
Yeah, I didn't know. I went and I looked, and the ribbon.
All right, so they're talking with the first round pick, but we're almost to the top 10 here. One of the worst teams in the NHL, and the entire NHL is on the clock. That being the Boston Bruins. I'm still mad at the Boston Bruins for taking James Higgins. but
Stop yelling.
we're live. Um, all right, we're back.
Give me attention.
Can you stop? Hi guys, the stream is ending for personal reasons. I'm sorry. I will see you guys next time. Let's go Flyers. I can't even end it.